guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zuli. Welcome. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you this look that you see right here. Well, on my Instagram, I asked you guys on a poll what kind of makeup look you guys wanted to see, and everybody voted for a glam look. So this is what I'm doing for you guys today. If you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. The first thing that I'm going to take today is my primer. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is the second time that I used this primer, and so far I like it. I did notice the first time that I used it that it covered really nicely all of the pores on my skin, and it did smooth my skin out, and it made the makeup last longer as well. I'm gonna apply some of this on my skin. I'm gonna work it in where I have the most pores, which is gonna be the T-zone, and then I am gonna smooth it out. So the primer is already on the skin. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it instantly gave my skin kind of like a blurred effect right where I have my pores. I can still see the pores, but they are so much smoother and they are filled in. I really like it, and my skin feels a little bit tacky ready for foundation, so that's a good thing. Before I go in with foundation, I am going to cover this little monster that I have right here. I'm going to be using the NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Café con Leche, and I'm going to just tap a little bit on that little blemish to cover it before I go in with my foundation. I take a little tiny little IT Cosmetics brush and blend it out. And I'm going to go and spot conceal right on the side of the nose with this concealer as well, and right here on the forehead. I want to make sure that my foundation looks super flawless, so doing this step before you go in with foundation kind of gives you extra coverage instead of putting too much foundation on that area. And before I go in with my foundation, I am going to grab a powder. This is my NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana, and dip a little bit into that powder, just a tiny bit, and set that concealer. That way when I'm putting foundation, it won't move around, so I can keep that coverage just on the areas where I put that concealer. Going with a foundation that I've been loving recently. This is the Pure, I have two shades. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I have it in the color MG7 and the other one is TG3. I went on the Ulta website and I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I ordered 4, and these are the 2 that I kept. One is a little bit more yellow tone, which is the TG3, and the other one is a little bit more neutral, the MG7. So I am gonna mix both of these. The thing I like about this foundation is that it does look like your skin, and I enjoy the fact that it covers everything that I need to cover, but it doesn't make it look like I have too much makeup on. I love the fact that it does have a pump, so you can use it like that, or you can twist the bottle open and use the applicator that it comes with. That way you can kind of control how much foundation you're putting on. So that is what I'm going to do now. Doing 2 pumps of each is a little bit too much foundation for me, so what I like doing is opening up the bottle and just putting a little bit on the back of my hand, and then if I need some more, then I'll go and grab some more. So I do like the fact that I can choose how much foundation I'm going to add into my skin. So I am just starting it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix both of these. I am going to be using my favorite sponge ever. This is the e.l.f. sponge. It's about $4. It's amazing, super fluffy, and it cleans super quickly. The Real Techniques sponge I loved for so many years, but the fact that I couldn't get it to get super clean, it kind of bothered me a little bit. So this one right here cleans super easy, and it's purple and it's super cute, and it's a little bit bigger and fluffier. So I love this sponge for my foundation application and for my concealer. So I'm gonna go in with this sponge right now. Foundation is done. As you can see, my skin still peeks through, especially the pimple. I can't take care of the texture or the bump that the blemish has, but definitely covered it very well. Same thing with the one right here, and you can still kind of see a little bit peeking through, but I really like this foundation. Now to cover a little bit more, I'm going to be using the NARS Creamy Concealer. Again, this is in the color Café con Leche, and I'm going to use this to highlight and to give me extra coverage under the eye and on the nose area. Finally got this pimple to get a little bit more even. Unfortunately, I do pick at it, so that's what I get. So the next thing that I'm going to go in is with my powder. This is the NYX HD Finishing Powder, and this is in the shade Banana. And I'm going to set the under eye, and I'm also going to set the T-zone just to make sure that that concealer doesn't crease. Even though I haven't set the concealer just yet, the concealer is not creasing all that bad, so I do recommend this concealer. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but it's worth all the money. I don't see it creasing too much, and it makes your skin look really nice and radiant, especially in combination with this powder. It makes it look really nice. So I am going to set the under eye. So I am going to bake a little bit just to make sure that my makeup lasts the whole day. I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite powdered foundation. This is the Bare Minerals powdered foundation in the color Toffee 19. So I am almost done, but I do have a backup. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the outer parts of my skin. I'm going to put this on the forehead to just make sure that I bronze it up. On the cheeks. Make sure to go all the way down your neck. That way it blends in, just in case your foundation wasn't blending so well. This will help blend out. And this will also give you a little bit extra coverage just because it is a powdered foundation. I'm going to wipe off all the excess from that baking powder and go again with my powder foundation to just blend it all in. I'm also going to pinch my brush a little bit and go on the sides of my nose. With the same brush, this is the Real Techniques multitasking brush. I'm going to go in with my bronzer. This is the MAC Give Me Sun. I'm not going to apply too much, but I'm going to apply enough that you can see a little bit more warmth on the skin. Alrighty, we're going to go in with our blush. This is going to be a Catrice blush. This is the Blush Box Waterproof and Sweatproof, so that's a good claim. This is in the color 30 Golden Coral. I just picked this one up. Really pretty. It has no sheen to it, but it is in the kind of has like that corally undertone, and I'm going to use it with a Luxie brush. This is the 522 tapered highlighter brush. I like it because it's the kind of like little cheeky little tiny brush that can fit perfectly on the apples of the cheeks. Make sure that I tap it off all of the excess and just go in on the apples of the cheek. Guys, I really like this blush. This is the first time I use it, and it's so pretty. Super smooth, and it didn't have too much pigment, which is a good thing in a blush. That way you don't do what I did last time and swirl the brush in, and then you're just like stamped with a bunch of blush into your cheek. But honestly, this is a really pretty blush. Looks really nice. I mean, you can put more on, but to be honest with you, I feel like this is perfect. I just kind of brought it up, but looks really nice. I recommend it. I think it was only like $5 or $6, so not bad at all. I think I put a little bit too much blush, but it's the first thing to go, so not a bad thing. I'm gonna go in with both my Morphe spray, my Catrice spray, just to make sure I give back that dewiness to my skin. Ooh, I love the mist on that. I'm going to take my sponge like always and make sure that I blend out any little spots that I might have. I'm going to go in with my highlight. This is the JCat Beauty highlight in the color Twilight. I freaking love this highlighter. I can't put it down. So I am going to go in to the high points. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that Morphe spray just to melt everything in. I'm gonna do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go in with two palettes today. I have a Catrice X Iman palette that I recently picked up that I want to try out, and it looks like this. Really nice shades, and it does have a cute little mirror as well. And then I also have the Juvia's Place the Warrior 2 by Juvia's. I'm not sure if the name is the Warriors or the Amazons, but the palette looks like this. It is so beautiful. I think mainly I'm going to be working off of this palette, but I do want to use a little bit of this palette just to see how it performs. I am going to start off with the Catrice palette. I am going to use the color Sunset, which is this pretty brown color right here, and I'm going to be using a Morphe 535. With my clean MAC 224, I'm going to just help blend the edges towards the top. I'm going to dip into the color Fairfax, which is that taupey nude color, and go ahead and put it on the brow bone to highlight and help blend. And this is from the Catrice palette. Once I'm done blending, I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place palette. This is the color that I'm going to be using on the crease as well. I am going to put it a little bit lower on the crease so the other color can stand out, and concentrate that on the outer edge. And I'm going to be going in circular motions on the outer V area. With the clean 224, the MAC 224, blend out the edges. I'm going to add a little bit more of the color Jodit and concentrate that a little bit more towards the corner of the eye, the outer V. And this is from the Juvia's palette. With the same Morphe brush, just on the outer corner to help the other color that's coming next blend. I'm going to go in with the Catrice palette, and we're going to take the color Fairfax and the MAC 224 and put the highlight in there one more time and blend. I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to take the darkest shade next to the brown shade. I don't want to butcher the name, I'll put it on the screen, but this is a color that we're going to be using to darken up that outer V area. I'm going to tap on the product just so I know where I want it, and then with the tip of the brush we're going to blend. I'm also going to dip into the color that's right next to it, which is the darkest shade. So we're going from like 1, 2, 3. I'm going to dip into that shade right there and darken it up a little bit more to get it a little bit more smoky. And I'm going to be using the same brush, and I'm going to be using the point of the brush and putting it in the corner and just using the point to blend it. And then back into that dark brown and that black color and mix them in and start blending it again. I'm going to go in back with my M535 and that light brown color and blend in the crease just lightly so you have a transition. I'm going to take a pointy brush. This is a M507 with the middle brown color. And I'm going to put it right here on the crease of the eye. So I felt like I was needing a little bit more color there. And I'm going to take that black again and put it on that corner. Take your M505 again and use that point to blend. I'm going to go in with the color Zama. Zama is that orange color on the Juvia's Place palette. And I'm going to take my really fluffy brush, the M535, dip it only in there once, just a little bit of pigment, tap off the excess and go in towards the whole entire transition just to warm it up. I'm constantly putting in some of that Fear Facts color on the brow bone just to highlight so I don't lose that brightness up there. I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the color light medium and I'm gonna cut the crease on the eyes. I'm going to be using a little brush from Morphe. This is a M421. It's a really tiny skinny brush. That way it can be easier for me to get on the lid of the eye. Once I'm done cutting the crease, I'm going to take my highlighter, the one we used on our face. This is the J Cat Beauty highlighter in the color Twilight. I'm going to take that on a flat brush. I'm going to use this one from e.l.f. and I'm going to apply that as my base for the glitter that I'm going to apply. It doesn't need to be super perfect. And then I'm gonna go on top of a little bit on top of the black just to blend, and then I'm gonna take some of that black and put it right back in there. I am gonna be using now the NYX glitter glue. This is a glitter primer, and I'm gonna also be taking an NYX pigment. This is in the color PIG 20. But yeah, I really like this shade, so I am gonna like put a little bit on the lid just to make it stand out. My highlight and put it on the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with mascara. This is the Maybelline Colossals mascara. I'm gonna go in with some individual lashes and I'm gonna apply it with my dual glue. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the lip. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys!